Hello everyone. Today we are going to see our new project, or we can say it is a Kaggle dataset. So healthcare insurance cost forecasting using the linear regression. In the last video we saw the linear regression with the single variable. So in this video we are going to cover the healthcare cost forecasting prediction model, or in this tutorial we're going to see how handle the multiple variable with the linear regression. Okay, so first we're going to start with the equation of single variable single variable and the multiple variables. Okay, if you calculate the prediction cost for single variable, so our equation is y is equal to mx plus b. So m is a slope, x is input, b is a intercept of the data. Okay, so for multiple variable our the equation gets changed. Okay, so it's add multiple data points. Okay, so y is equal to m1 into x1 plus m2 into x2 plus m3 into x3 up to the number of feature plus b. So m1 is a slope one of a data point, or data point, we not say data point, it is feature x1. m2 is a slope of feature 2. m3 is a slope of feature or independent variable of the 3. So up to this total independent variable or feature we cover into the this equations. Okay, so this is the equation for the multiple variable and this is the equation for the single variable. Okay, so let's we understand step by step. First we imported all this library, okay, that we know how to use this those all libraries, and we start going to read the data. So we you can download this data from the Kaggle. You just search health insurance cost for forecasting, or we can say medical insurance cost. So you will get the um, data set from the Kaggle. So okay, so first and most step we're going to see the data first, how many columns are there. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we have 7 column: age, sex, BMI, children, smoke, region, and charges. So here, if you see, charges are dependent variable on this remaining 6 independent variable. Age, sex, BMI, children, and smoker are independent variable regions. Okay, so these are the 6 independent variable, and charges are dependent on this 6 independent variable. So this is 6 highlighted independent variable we call feature, we can call also input points or input data, or we can say independent variable. So these are the three same names, or we can say same thing you can say. So just we do the how many things are how many records are there, what type of records are there. For you going to use the df.info, so it will say 1338 entries are there total record. These many records are available. We have to put total 7 columns: sex, age, sex, BMI, children, smoker, region, and charges. Okay, so sex is an object, is nothing but the categorical column. So it is in category, male and female is in category. Children's smoker is in categorical yes and no type of data is there. Region, we have 4 different regions: southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest. Okay, so we have 4 different regions. So object is nothing but the this column are the categorical columns. Wherever see object, data type is object, or d type is object of the column, you can assume that is the categorical variable. Okay, so let's see and see the description. Okay, so some basic statistic of the data. So we can say df dot describe, and here we have describe or description statistic of the columns, but those are only 4 columns here: age, BMI, children's, and charges. 3 columns are missing, which is region, smoker, and BMI. Okay, so now if you see these 4 columns, or these are the category columns, are not including here. To get the including here, or we get to use this category variable into our machine learning, because in machine learning algorithm, or those algorithm which can understand only numerical data. Okay, so we have to convert this smoker value, we have to convert this region value, we have to convert this sex value into the integer, and then you can use into the machine learning models. Okay, otherwise you cannot use them. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, before going to start it, we just check the any outlier of the data. Okay, so let's see the some outlier of the data. So for that we just say sns dot boxplot. Okay, so boxplot give the if there any outlier in the data. Okay, so you can say the minimum mean value is 40. So if you say there are nearby 39 means we can say 39.2 means 40, and the minimum value is 80 and maximum is 64. So minimum value is 80, maximum is 64. So apart from 80 and 64 value is there, we can say there is an outlier. So our data between those things, so our data is between from start from here, from this point to this point. Okay, so variation from we have for age there is no outlier, and our data into the mean. Okay, the mean is 40. So let's next thing for do the same thing for okay sex. Now sex is categorical column and it have only two things, so it should not be any wrong data. Okay, so it is in just to check the prediction, it should be the required the numerical value. Okay, so as you told, the horizontal operation requires the matrix numeric x variable, so sex is not a numeric variable. So next we're going to see the BMI. Okay, so BMIs have some outlier. These are the indicators which nothing but the outlier. If you see above 45, there are some outliers in the data. So you can check the value, minimum value or maximum value for the BMI. So minimum value is a 15, maximum value is a 53. Okay, so maximum value is a 53 and the mean value is a 30. This is the 30 mean. So we have some outlier in BMI. Next, children's. Okay, so children's there are 0 and 1 value, so there is actually no outlier in this area if you see here, because the outlier get indicated here. So for whatever the four numerical value we have, and this four numerical value we don't have any outlier, we are not going to see any outlier in the just charges variable. Okay, we will see in later on if required. Okay, so these are the way we are going to see the outlier. Okay, if there is outlier means the data either with the right skewed or left skewed. Okay, so if there is no outlier means data is in distributed form or normal distribution form. Okay, so next things is how to convert these four value: sex, smoke, region. Okay, these are the three value. How do you convert these three value into the numerical value? Okay, so it is called the data pre-processing. Okay, so it's called the data pre-processing. So it's called data pre-processing, and in this pre-processing there are multiple way to do it. There's one hot coding, label encoding. So okay, so we are going to use the label encoding uh, feature or label encoding technique to get the to convert the data from category to numerical form. Okay, so label encoding techniques are given already, libraries given by the sklearn from sklearn dot preprocessing import label encoding. So we have imported the library of label encoding, and we say label encoder equal to, so we have to encode the data. So let's consider we have to encode this sex value. Okay, so we have to choose the sex. Okay, we're going to append the sex value column values. So we say data dot sex equal to label dot encoder, or I can say here I'll just create the variable here. Instead of le, I will say le label encoder dot create the object of label okay. So le dot fit transformation of the df dot sex, and now we're going to print the df dot sex. Okay, so previously if you see here, data is in male female categorical form. Now data could be in the numerical form 0 1 0 1. Okay, so 0 means female, 1 means male. So this is the way we're going to encode value. Okay, so next thing, we are going to do is we are going to do the same thing for with smoker. We just change the value, column value, and this one the same thing, and again the same thing for just cut and copy paste for region. Okay, so there are multiple way to do the encode the data. Okay, so this is the one of the best way to encode data. Okay, so now if you see our all data in the numerical format. Okay, see if I do the df dot describe okay, it will show some data. Okay, so if you count the children's, so children's are minimum value is 1, minimum 0, maximum 5, region is minimum region is 1, because the categorical if you convert data from category to normal, so that will help to prediction, or it will give some statistic which will be helpful for us. Okay, so now we have seen how to convert the data, how to check the outlier bit, of the data, and if there is outlier we can handle this definitely, but still we not there is no needed to handle this. Now we are going to check the correlation between this data. Okay, so I will say data core equal to df dot core. Okay, df dot core. Okay, so sns dot heatmap, it is data underscore core annotation is equal to true. What missing is there? Must be passed 2D input. It was the missing value. Okay, so I just forget the column. So if you see, this is the nothing but the our correlation. Okay, so one is means we have a good correlation. Okay, minus means we don't have good correlations. Okay, so data value between 0 to 1, that is a positive correlation, and the correlation value is less than 1 or minus, that is say we don't have good correlations. Okay, so if you see this color coding, the dark is 0 correlation, and whenever the data color get faint here. Okay, so it is kindly faint data here. So whenever the color code is faint, we say it is have a correlations. So let's consider the correlation with the charges. Okay, so charges are correlated with the ages 0.3%, charges are correlated with the 0.57%, charges are correlated with the 0.2%, charges are correlated with children is equal to 0.637%, 0.68%, charges are correlated with the smoker is 0.79%, and charges are correlated with the region is equal to minus 0.662%. Okay, so if you say minus 1 minus 0.006 means there is as such there is no correlations. Okay, it's less than 2, so there is no. So if you see we have good correlation is point with smoker and age. Okay, smoker and age. Okay, so in above this histograph, or sorry we can say correlation data or heat map, you can say the predict cost will not will the our model will not going to predict the well value, because if you say there are very less correlation with the output data. Okay, so either you should ask to client person or BA, or whenever whatever the person in your organization, you should ask the more data or more insight about the data, because there are very less correlation. If you say only smoker are have a good correlation with the charges. Okay, so otherwise there is as such there is no correlation, so our model will not perform well. Okay, so let's see how a model will perform well or not. We're going to see now we're going to do the linear regression. Okay, see here we not define linear regression, so we say from scalar dot linear import so linear regression. Okay, then scalar scalar mu train split the data. Okay, selection model, so sklearn dot model selection import, actually I forgot the name of the model, that is train and split data. Okay, so we have to split the data, train and test data. So before that we're going to say we're going to create our x and y value. X is nothing but the dependent value, all dependent value, so we can say um, df dot drop charges. Okay, charges from the data set and assign to x value. Okay, so y is equal to only we can say data dot charges. So our y value and x value get defined here, so we just check. Sorry, okay, so in x variable we have age, sex, BMI, children and smoker. Okay, these are the dependent variable, and y we have only one region, one column, that is a charges. Okay, so our y value and x value get defined here. Now we are going to split our data. Okay, that is train and test data. Okay, so we're going to say x underscore train comma x underscore test y underscore train comma y underscore test, okay, is equal to test train test, okay. So you want to say y and x value, test size is equal to 0.20%, and the random state is 42, okay. So we have trained, we have split our test data data into the y test, y train, x test, x train, x test, y train, y test, okay. And we have based on 0.2%, okay. So 80% data in the train and 20% data into the test, okay. So this way we have split our data. Random 64 means every time data will going to change, okay. So this is the way we are going to split the data. Now we are going to fit our model, okay. So for fit the model, we already have, see, we already define here linear regression, okay. So linear regression, we can create the object of in our rig, okay. So say rig dot fit, okay. So we're going to say we're going to fit it so you can say x train comma y train, okay. So we have fit our data. Now we are going to predict, we can say our predict our model. So now we say rig, or we say y prediction, y pride equal to reg dot predict. We're going to pass the y test as a data, sorry, x test as a data, okay. And we just print the y test value here. These are the predicted value, okay. So these are the predicted value. So already we have total prediction in the y, we are going to predict the value x, we have train model based on x train and y train, so okay. So basically rig dot fit means we have fit our data into this level, into this equation. That is nothing but the rig dot fit, okay. So whatever the data we have up to clean, or whatever the data we have with our data set, we have fit data into this equation or this regression. That is nothing but the fit, okay. So now next thing is we're going to predict the value, okay. So we already predicted it. Now we have to evaluate this model, okay. So if you evaluate this model, so for model evaluation we have only techniques. Good technique is that R square, okay. For R square we are going to import the library, or we can say it is okay. Before that we're going to, okay, so we're going to check the R square first. Scalon dot matrix import R square. Cannot import the name R square, okay. Okay, so we have imported our matrix, and just evaluate the matrix by print r square or your white pride data. So based on that we're going to comes no missing white pride, missing required optional argument. Okay, sorry, white test, we need to pass the white test already data which are available in our test, and we compare the data between white test. This white test we already have predicted existing predicted model, and now we're going to pass the uh, this is the actual value and this is the predicted value. Okay, so now we compare with the predicted value, actual value with the predicted value. This is the original predicted value which already in our data set which contain the y test, and now we're going to predict the y pride value for the same data set. So if you see, so our model are given the 80.78%. Okay, 0.78% is which are the very good result. Okay, so for the business purpose or to explain to the client, you can say 0.70% model are given the good results. Okay, so based on this data, so this is the way we're going to say, or we're going to predict the model for the healthcare cost. So now question is come here. Okay, why 78%, why not 90%, why not 80% data, or prediction value or prediction confidence? Okay, we can say why not. So I already asked to that. Okay, I already asked that this that is here. If you see, the correlation are very less. Okay, so if you see 0.3%, 0.6 is 0.70, 57% BM is 0.2%, children are 0.68%. So these are the correlations which have low value. Okay, so you should ask to your business person. Okay, or you can ask more questions. So is there any another parameters, or is there another method to calculate the healthcare cost, healthcare insurance cost or premium for the particular client? Is there any parameters you are going to consider? Okay, if there is no parameters, so we can say this is our good model or good fit, or either is there is any parameter, you can check it. Okay, so if you want to do the one thing, you can try with only age and smoke. Okay, so based on age and smoke you can check the predict the value and check the r square. So r square is nothing but the evaluation matrix. So how model, or how model, how we are confident about the model, or how best fit we are given model we can give it, or how model can predict how much percentage or model can predict the good score. So that is nothing but the r square. Okay, so in this way we have import the model, we have check the equation of the model, import the data, do the data manipulation here also. Okay, check the outlier is there or not. Okay, we have do the pre-processing label encoding here. Okay, which are necessary to do the, and after that we apply the check the heat map. So to check the correlation, after that we create the x label, y label, dependent independent variable. Okay, so after that we test split our data into the y test, y test, x test, x train, x test. Okay, we apply the linear regression, we predict the value, and we apply the evaluation matrix. Based on evaluation matrix you can say our model is this much confidence you can give it. So thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Please do comment, subscribe, like. Your comments are valuable. If anything is missing, please let me know, or if anything is not understand, please let me know, so uh, I can create new video, or I can clear doubts on comments also. Thank you very much.